Yes, welcome to MannMade Radio. I've got Graeme Lategan over here. We're doing the part of the hashtag local is lekker. We're covering all local businesses. You can get an opportunity on MannMade Radio, covered by banana skins. Nice trucker hats, yeah, supporting local. We're talking to Graeme right now, who's been instrumental in changing the mindset of business, and I can't wait to get onto this. You can listen live on www.mmrlive.co.za. It's coming up right now. Well, that's showing my age, Aqua with Dr. Jones. Before that, James Bay and James Morrison with Please Don't Stop the Rain. I love that song. Eddie loaded that a little bit earlier, and I've been pushing it down, and yeah, it's back up. How's it going, Graeme?
Man, tough times, brother.
No, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's been a complete mindset, mind shift, it's a total mind set, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a different meaning altogether. You know? Mindset, when you sell mindset, try and tell people to change for the better, to try and alter their thinking, to do things differently. I think that applies to everybody now. So mindset is very difficult in today's times.
Graeme, getting into quickly, you were very involved in companies, corporates. Tell us what you did before post-COVID. Not post-COVID.
Let's hope there's a post-COVID. I think we're getting confused with all the lingo anyway out there. We don't know where we are for most of the time. But so pre-COVID, if that's the term, I have my own training company and I run my own consultancy. And I've been very instrumental in training, facilitating, also doing a lot of assessing and moderating. So primarily I operate a training company, which is in this time, pre-COVID was doing very, very well. We were doing fine. It can always be better. It was a tough start to 220 anyway for anybody.
Yeah.
But cool. So that's what I was doing.
Who would have thought in 2020, when you say your New Year's resolutions, I'm not doing this, I'm not drinking, well, you weren't allowed to drink anyway. Tell us, what was to go into 2020 thinking, yes, we're going to hit this year, it's going to be a good year, and then boom. It was like a complete, but you've had to upskill yourself, and this is where you've come in.
Yeah, that's so true. Going to 220 was great expectations for the whole world. it's a new millennia. You think that things are going to be phenomenal. It's just like that edgy new start kind of business mindsets again, as we're talking about it. I didn't have any sort of New Year's resolutions about business because 19, 18, 17 were tough anyway. And it's progressively getting harder.
Yes.
So business is not easy in the best of times. So. But my mindset was already sort of like programmed to understand that business is difficult, and I'm not going to worry about disruptions, so to speak, because they're there all the time. You know what I mean? Just look at the birth of MannMade Radio.
Yes. Yes.
So
amen to that.
Amen to that. Yeah. So disruptions is part of life. Yeah. There's no difference. If we get out of COVID now, another disruption will come. Post-COVID is going to be different, Graeme. Who ever thought I went and I attended an MNET function in my robe, in my MNET robe? It was cool.
Who ever would have thought that we would go down that line where now big board meetings are on Zoom? The idea that having big companies now, having big things are going to kind of be, people are going to be moving away from big buildings and that type of stuff?
Yeah, certainly. Look, let's understand there's two kinds of people at the moment. There's people that are going to be extremely successful in these times because they were well prepared or the business model has changed.
Yes.
And then there are going to be people like us that are going to really suffer considerably.
Yeah.
So the model has changed. Whether you like it or not, businesses will shrink considerably, big time. And their priorities on what they spend their money is going to change like big time as well for us. So in that line, you were talking about online.
Yeah.
No pun intended. That's where businesses go. But the problem is it's flooded, and the market is extremely sort of almost so watered down at the moment that people don't understand where to go to, what to touch on. What online programs should I take part in? What meeting must I attend? So it's difficult times for choices.
Yes.
In terms of digital world.
And we're talking about this through COVID. You and I spoke quite a bit about it.
True.
You have to upskill yourself. You had to upskill yourself because when those doors open, it's going to be the man that upskilled himself, not sitting at home crying about what is happening. Or I mean, it's been difficult. I mean, families, financially, families have been broken. But you've got to have the positivity, and you've got to make sure that you've got the faith that when you come out of there, you're going to be sprinting.
No, very true. So I did exactly that. But I had to learn a complete different skill set.
Yeah.
I mean, I started learning about video platforms.
This interview is about you, so tell us now what you did, because what you've done is incredible.
So what I did was I took my entire business online, completely online to the sort of like a pre-recorded kind of version. So I've got training programs. Let's use one, for example, emotional intelligence. You know about that. I've been advertising that extensively on social media. And I took that program from the face-to-face programs, cut it down, rewired it, so to speak, improved it, and I've put that together on a sort of like a pre-recorded link version where you can then, you pay for the course and you download it, and you've got access to it. Exactly.
And you watch it whenever you want.
And you can watch it, study at your own pace and your own time, kind of thing. It's not ideal for most people because, people like that sort of interactive connectiveness. Yes. But technology is a problem.
Yeah.
And,
and so how do you do that? Like with your, let's say, for example, artificial intelligence, I can't even say it. How do you, is this kind of like you can give the person some feedback if they need some feedback?
Yeah, certainly you can do that. So I chose the pre-recorded sort of style, Robbie, simply because my audience can be technically challenged. And as a result of that, people can have issues like, for instance, bandwidth, internet connectivity, etc. Yeah. So after the sessions, you can then interact with me live. We do like a live Q&A session, and we also do like a live one-on-one coaching sessions as follow-ups for that. And it works, it really and truly does.
Graeme, where do you see 6 months from now? I know it's very difficult to say where, but I know you've done a lot of your own homework and whatever. Where are we going? I mean, is it totally digital now? Is it going to be totally online? Is that the next step? Or it's already started? I mean,
it is so. I think again, I'd like to divide business into two models again. There is a business that will get back to the normal that was, but the way they'll do it will be completely different. You're going to find that when you eventually return to business, you will not see the same picture. I foresee that it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah,
I certainly believe that. Certainly for small businesses, there's a segment of the market that's really struggling. They're not going to bounce back. We're going to have to be creative and do other things. I was chatting to somebody this morning, doing some webinars. We've got like 2 months left, at best. Yeah. Myself too. Yeah. If we don't switch the lights on in 2 months, we've got to do things differently.
It's quite scary. I mean, that's what I was saying this morning. If we go back to a level 4 or a level 5, people are in trouble. I think financially, it's kind of like shut the door. So we're end of the road. It is. So you've got to upskill yourself now. Think out the box. We spoke. Give a couple of the advanced lessons that you are doing if people are interested.
Yeah, of course. So obviously, in this time I chose emotional intelligence as the main course,
which is brilliant. I mean,
it's a phenomenal program.
Yeah.
But I've broken it up into various sort of segments. So you can have EQ for managers, you can have EQ for your normal employees, people at home kind of thing. Remote employees, that's all the rage now. But working from home is one thing. Yeah. Working in an office is a complete different thing. So there's emotional issues attached to that. And I'm spending a lot of time on that, trying to recreate that course and really sort of offer that kind of training. Generally, most of your training programs are very, if I can call it, still corporate. So conflict resolution. I've done a lot of work on change management. That's a big thing nowadays. Risk management. I've really taken most of my soft skills and just reworked them to make them more solutions orientated for businesses today.
Wow.
That's what.
Where's my clapping thing here? Graeme, listen, I'm just going to say thank you very much for coming into the studio. What do you think about this segment, giving local businesses a little slot?
It's phenomenal. MannMade Radio has made a massive difference, certainly in the world, as far as I'm concerned. It's all we listen to. And you're not finding conventional stations doing this. You're not finding conventional media doing this. Everybody wants to be famous straight away, but you guys are really sticking to the right model. Bringing in people that really want to be heard, want to make a difference, and please continue the great work. It's just phenomenal. Excellent.
Well, you certainly are one of our greatest supporters, and we've got to thank you for that.
Like a founding father.
We're definitely going to have a beer on that one. Thanks again for coming in. Also, it's been fantastic. If you want to get hold of Graeme, how do people get through to you?
Well, I'm all over social media. I mean, you can just type my name in and let's get that right. Graeme, please.
Graeme, Graeme Lategan. Okay.
Just whack it out there. I'll come across most social platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, and I'm just launched a YouTube channel, which is doing pretty well right now.
Nice. And that's also Graeme Lategan?
Also Graeme Lategan. It's a segment called Ask the Manager, and I'm going to be doing consulting online for management. Yeah.
Guys, Graeme Lategan, Graeme. So it's Graeme Lategan. Graeme, once again, thank you very much. Stay safe.
Thanks, Robbie. Cheers.
And here's your tune.
Oh, yeah. Play it away.
That was Graeme Lategan here on our hashtag Local is Lekker, backed by Banana Skins. Banana Skins, thank you very much. Graeme?
Thanks, Banana Skins.
Thank you, Cammy. She's out here.